am going to make a fall tote bag, and I am putting a pocket on it. The pocket looks like this, except it says hello pumpkin, and it looks like a pumpkin. This is actually a pot holder, and what I have done is I have got 2 dish drawing mats in the plaid, and I'm going to put them together horizontally. But the first thing I'm going to do is I have taken the Hello Pumpkin pot holder, and I have situated it on my bag on the front where I want it to be. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch around the pot holder so I can secure it. Let's see how this works. I'm going to secure it to the bag. Let's see. Oh, that does not look like my... Ooh. Let me fix this. Let me try this again. I need my threads pulled out. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can get this to go in the right way. As of right now, my thread didn't want to do the right thing. Okay. Hopefully that has taken care of it. Okay, very carefully, I am stitching around the pot holder, and I'm just going to make it, I'm following the stitching real slowly, and I'm making the pot holder attach to the front of the tote bag. I've got my stitch length at a 4 because I want it to be long. I want it to be a long top stitch. And I'm going slow, and I'm having a problem with my bobbin. Okay. Okay. So step 1 is attaching the pot holder to the front of the bag. And I'm going slow, and I'm following along with the stitching, the original stitching for the pot holder, and I have used a coordinating thread color. Okay, I'm going all the way around, and I'm going to go back to where I started. Okay, and I'm going to go over where I started. and then I'm going to back stitch to secure it. Okay, so now I'm going to lift up my presser foot and see how this looks. Okay, so I started out by pinning my pot holder onto my bag, and now that it is securely attached with the stitches, I'm taking the pins out. So if you look at the back, you can see the imprint of the pot holder where I went all the way around. Okay, let me double check. Yeah, okay, that's on really good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my second dish drying mat and I am going to put it face to face with the first one. I'm going to put them face to face. I'm going to match them up and get them even. And then I'm going to clip them at the top, because the top, I do not want to sew across the top, because we are going to leave across the top open. That is going to be how you get in the bag through the top. And because we're not sewing the top, I have just clipped to remind myself not to sew the top. Now I'm going to get some pins and I'm going to pin together on the sides. What I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to sew the sides of the bag, and I'm going to want to sew the bottom of the bag. I want to make sure that it's lined up. Okay, I've got it pinned together. It's pretty side to pretty side. The pumpkin pocket is on the inside. Now, in order to box the corners, you have to cut a square. So I'm going to measure at the bottom. I'm going to measure 2. Let's see. I'm going to put a clip or put a pin where that is so I know. Okay, that's 2. And then I'm going to go up 2. So I measured across 2, and I'm going to go up 2. Okay, now I'm going to cut this. We want it to be a perfect square, 2 by 2. I went up 2 and I went across 2. And I don't know what just happened. Oh, there it is. There's my ruler. I want to make sure. Okay, 2 and 2. Okay, want to make sure that it's even. Let me pin this together. Once I cut the first one, then I can do the very same thing Okay, so that is what has been cut off. It's 2 by 2. So I'm going to go over to the other side of the bag, and I'm going to cut off the same amount. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to show you what the bottom of the bag should look like. Okay, this is what the bag should look like. That is how you box your bottoms. We're going to sew down the side, and we're going to sew across the bottom. That's the next step. So I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to use my presser foot as a guide. I'm lining up my presser foot. Let's see. The presser foot, let's see, is lined up with the edge of the bag. Sorry, y'all. I don't mean to. Okay. All right. So I'm going to hold my threads, and I'm going to start going forward. Then I'm going to go backwards because I want to lock those stitches in. And I'm sewing all the way down the side of my bag. When I get to the end of the first side, ooh, I didn't mean to knock y'all over. When I get to the end of the first side, I'm going to back stitch. Going off and back stitching and going off again. Okay. So I've got the first side sewed. So I sewed down the first side of the bag. Now I'm going to flip to the other side, and I'm going to do the exact same thing, making sure that my sides are lined up, using my presser foot as a guide. Okay. Put my presser foot down. Take a couple of steps, a couple of sews forward, go back and go forward. So that's sewed. Going all the way to the end of the second side. When I get to the end, I'm going to back stitch. I want to lock those stitches in really good. Okay, so now I have both sides of my bag sewed. This bag comes together real quick. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. Pull those threads out. Okay, now we've got both sides sewed. So now we're going to sew down the bottom of the bag. Same thing. I'm using my presser foot as a guide. making sure my strings are behind my foot. Ooh, gosh, that's weird. Okay, let's back up and go forward and back up. Something is not right. What is going on with my bobbin? Is that my... Oh, okay. Just a minute, my spool pin. We got an issue with my spool pin. Okay, maybe that fixed it. I hope so. Okay, let's go back. Okay, I'm sewing across the bottom of my bag. Using my presser foot as my guide. Backing up when I begin. Back stitching when I begin and when I end. Okay, so here's the bag. We have sewed each side and sewed across the bottom. Okay, I'm going to clip my threads. Okay, now I can take my clips off of the top because I'm not going to be sewing the sides or the bottom anymore. So now what I need to do is I pull my seams apart and line them up. Shut up, Murphy. That's interesting. Oh, there we go. Okay. And what this will do is this will, okay, how do we want to do? We want to, let me see. Just like this. Okay. So I've got my seams pushed together. Make sure they're lining up. I'm going to put some, I'm going to clip them together. And what you want to do is make sure that you clip them together and that you sew straight across, and you need to do the same exact size, same exact seam on each one of these. So I'm going to bring this over here. Let's see. So I've got it lined up straight. I've got it clipped. I'm putting it underneath my presser foot. And I'm gonna line it up. And I have to make sure that I do the exact same size stitch on both sides of the bag, because that way your corners will be exactly alike and you need them to be the same. So I'm going to back up, go forward, back up, and go forward. Okay, now that's one side. Now I need to do my other side the exact same way. This is what it looks like when I've sewed it together. Now I have to go to the other side and do the exact same thing. You pull this apart and you line up those seams. Let's see. You want to do them exactly the same. Okay, so on this one, we're going to flatten this one out this way. Okay, this one. Got to take the pin out that I had in here. Okay, there we go. So you put it together just like that. And put one seam one way and one seam the other way. Again, I'm going to put these clips on here. And then I'm going to be careful to try to get that seam the same size. Whew. All right, so I'm putting it under here. Same size. Okay, about right there. Okay, I'm pressing this down. Got my seam flat. You need to go backwards and forward. And then you need to go straight across. All the way to the other side of the bag. And backwards and forwards. Backwards and forwards. Okay. Now I have both sides of my bag at the bottom sewn. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I have. So this is what my bag looks like. Let me trim my strings. Okay, this is the bottom of my bag. Now what I need to do is where I sewed the straight stitch, I need to change to a zigzag stitch. Okay? And I want to zigzag straight across the bottom on each corner. And what that's going to do is that's going to keep my stitches from coming out. We do not want our stitches to unravel. So let me come over here, stick this right underneath, and let's see, we've got the length and the width. I'm making them both about a 4. I changed to a zigzag stitch. And I'm going straight across all the way off. And I'm going to do it one more time. And what I'm doing is I am securing the bottom of my bag where I box those corners. I'm doing a zigzag stitch so that will finish my edges. And I'm gonna go across it one more time. just to make double sure. Let me back way up, start at the beginning, and go. Okay, very good. Okay. Oh, I think I ran out of bobbin. There we go. Okay, we got it. Okay, so this is where I zigzagged, and that will keep it from fraying. Now I need to go to the other side. And do the same thing. Although I don't know about our bobbin. Let me check my bobbin. Okay. All right, guys. I have to stop and wind the bobbin. But that's okay. Let's see. I'm going to put you right here. Let me unthread the sewing machine and get my bobbin ready to wind. I hope it'll do right for me, y'all. It's really okay to need to do this bobbin, because I plan on making another one of those tote bags, and I'm using orange or a rusty orange color thread. Let's see if I do this correctly. Okay, here we go. We winding. Y'all, I'm having the worst time. Why are you not? I am not having a good time with my bobbin. All right. I'm not happy with it, but I'm going to see if I can make it work. I don't know what to think about my bobbin winding skills. All right, where's my scissors? I hope that this will at least go to finish this bag. All right. So I'm going to drop my bobbin in. This is not good. No, I don't think this is going to work. I'm going to try a new one. All right. Okay. Y'all, I'm going to try it one more time. I thought I saw an empty bobbin. I don't think that's the right size bobbin. If that one is okay. That looks like the right size bobbin. Okay. All right. We're going to put this bobbin in, and I'm going to put the bobbin casing on, rethread my machine. What in the world? There we go. Okay. I got it. There we go. Okay, threading the machine. And then I can finish that one zigzag. Okay. Y'all, there's nothing more aggravating than working on a project and you're bobbing to run out. Okay, now let me see if I can finish. Okay, now I'm going to take the second side and I'm going to flatten it out, and we're going back to the zigzag. And I'm going to do it twice. Go all the way off. Grab my scissors. I make sure I have several pairs in my sewing room. Now, another way you can finish this, if you didn't want to zigzag, you could do it with, you could do pinking shears. You can finish your seams by zigzagging, or you can finish your seams by pinking shears. Okay, so let me come over here, and I'm going to let me see. I'm going to zigzag one more time. Okay, because I do not want anything to come undone. Okay. Okay, now the only thing left is to turn this back the right way, and then the very last thing is to put the straps on the bag. Right now, I'm going to turn the bag the right way and make sure all the pins are out. Okay. And I'm turning it the right way. Okay. Make sure that I poke my corners out. Okay, so this is the bag. Let me get the phone. Let's do it this way. Okay, so this is the front of the bag, and it says "Hello, Pumpkin." I need to push those corners. And then this is the side of the bag. That is the bottom of the bag, so it's nice and straight. Hold on, I'm going to put this on the stand so I can get these corners like they need to be, so I can show it to you. So I tell you, here we go. So this is the bottom of the bag. See how square it is? So it'll stand up by itself. Whew. This is the Hello Pumpkin pocket right here. It goes in. You could put a cell phone in it. We got a nice boxy bottom. And the only thing left to do is put the straps on. Now for the straps, I am just going to use some webbing. I don't know what color yet. I'm going to look, probably brown. This is the webbing, and this will make the straps. And if you look on my videos, I have a video that shows you how to put straps on a tote bag. So if you watch that video, that will show you. Okay, so here we go from start to finish, a tote bag with a pocket. Thanks for watching.